r/ask Reddit. What stupid myth do too many people believe? Goldfish have short-term memory. Actually, goldfish can remember things up to a year. So many goldfish myths. It's a myth that they'll only grow to fit the size of their tank. They can definitely outgrow tanks. And both fancy and common goldfish routinely grow up to 7 or 8 plus in indoor aquariums. In outdoor ponds where they have large volumes of water to dilute irritants, common goldfish have been reported to grow up to 18 inches. People also believe that goldfish have naturally short lifespans. This is wrong. They have unnaturally short lifespans because people kill them through neglect, incorrect care. The average lifespan of a goldfish is 5-10 years. The longest lived goldfish on record lived to 43. Spot reduction of fat. People think that doing sit-ups will burn fat around your belly area. But if I always put the weight on in my belly, shouldn't I always ducking lose it in my belly? Come on, life. Be reasonable. That human beings only use 10% of their brain. Good grief, I can't listen to people who say this is true. The worst thing is, my teacher in elementary school thinks that humans only use 10-15% of their brain. And the reason Albert Einstein, for example, was super smart is that he used about 30% of his brain. The biggest amount of bullshit I've ever heard. And the person saying it is a science teacher. Shaving makes your hair grow back thicker. I wish this were true. I'd shave my head every night. Had very short hair my entire life, and now that I want to grow it out and do something with it, I find that I'm actually losing my hair. That myth is super bullshit. That if you're an organ donor then doctors won't try hard to save you and might let you die. I'm a doctor. When I'm treating a patient, whether the patient is an organ donor or not never crosses my mind. I will genuinely have no idea. And even if I did, why would I want to sacrifice my patient for some random other patient across the country? Surely that would just make me look like a shit doctor. Right? We all know the reality is that you just break into people's homes and harvest their organs like that Monty Python skit. That if you put a frog in tepid water and slowly raise the temperature, the frog won't try to escape and save itself when the temp gets too high. Great for illustrating certain points, but completely untrue. It's true if you cut their brains out first, which is what the study that originated this myth did. How is this not just murdering frogs and then putting them in hot water? Like, where does the question pop up if they'll try to escape? They're dead. Their brains were cut out. Fire sprinklers. They don't all go off by pulling a fire alarm. They're individually heat activated. Also, you really don't want whatever nasty shit that's been in them for years coming out. Bermuda Triangle. For any given same-sized sea area there is statistically the same amount of missing ships and planes. You can suck venom out of a snake bite. Arthur Morgan could do it, and that's good enough for me. That sugarcane grows faster on sand. Has Minecraft been lying to me all these years? Nope, it grows just as fast in Minecraft sand and dirt. People think that if you ask an undercover cop if they are an undercover cop, they have to tell the truth. An undercover cop does not have to reveal that they are a cop, even if the person asks. I don't think I've ever heard this outside of comedy movies. I'm not sure anyone actually believes this. You get arthritis by cracking your knuckles. All it is just gas bubbles popping. Also, some guy did a long-term experiment, several decades I think, where he constantly cracked all knuckles in one hand and left the other one alone. After the experiment was over, they took x-rays and tests to find that both hands were practically identical in terms of condition. Too many people believe that porcupines can shoot their quills when they actually have to jab you with their quills. You don't need to wait 24 hours to report a missing person. If you sincerely think someone is missing, then report it. The faster that a missing person report is filed, the better chance there is that the person will be found. This is especially crucial when it comes to missing children. I wish they would air SARS on TV about this from time to time. When somebody legitimately goes missing, every minute counts. It's sad to think that so many missing persons could have been found alive and safe if the search for them had started just some hours earlier. Vaccines cause autism. The doctor was paid off by an anti-vax group to falsify the study and lost his license shortly after publishing. That study is not accurate at all and a huge insult to autistic children. That you catch a cold because of the cold. The cold is a virus. You catch it if you get in contact with the virus. That sugar makes you act a fool. How many kids out here bouncing off the walls because of the placebo effect? This was me as a kid. Always played it up when I had a bunch of sugar because that's how I thought you were supposed to be. That depression is just being sad or being down, in that someone with depression can just stop being depressed anytime. Higher octane fuel is better for your car. Unless it was designed for it, there is literally zero benefit. Lighter wallet. Car moves faster. That everything will magically turn out okay. I know a guy that makes about $11 HR and has 3 kids. He turns down better paying jobs. Doesn't plan for the future at all. Always had a big list of material things that he wanted out of life. Has done nothing to make it happen. That you have to wait an hour after eating to swim. This really isn't a myth, but not for the reasons people think. The myth is that swimming too soon after eating will give you a cramp and cause drowning. The real reason is the same one behind not going for a jog after eating. Vigorous physical activity immediately after eating can cause nausea and vomiting. That said, I wish this had been adhered to during my years of working in hotels. I've lost track of the times kids would stuff their faces and then immediately jump in the pool, followed by puking their guts up in said pool. Not nice at all to clean up. If you earn more and it pushes you into the next tax bracket, you can end up making less money. Snakes will chase you and bite you. Opossums have rabies. Pigs are dirty. There's tons of misinformation about animals. That nuclear power is negative for the environment, climate, or unsafe. It is the safest energy source we have, on par with the very best for life cycle CO2 emissions, zero during operation, obviously, and, no, the waste isn't a big problem. It can be stored, as in Finland, or reused. Fact is that we need nuclear as part of the solution to climate change. People need to realize this, for politicians to start doing something about it. That giving your money to a preacher to recover from illness actually works. That politicians and religious organizations have your best intentions in mind. They don't. They have their own. That their race is superior. Which, unless they're a giant squid, is preposterous. That I'm younger/older than you so I wouldn't understand. That old people are smarter just for being old. That the earth is flat. That you eat 6 spiders a year in your sleep. It's actually 6 a night and they crawl up your butt instead. Whoa, you made it to the end? You're a ducking beast. I'll cut you a deal. Smash like and subscribe for more curated content, bruh. It's free and that's a great price.